away we go. Hello everyone, welcome to Geeky Rollers. One more time on whatever Mondays we can manage to get around together, or a bunch of us nerdy ass people get together to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Please be pre-warned, the doorbell may go.
Yep, the doorbell may go. We're waiting on at least one other person to turn up. And for a little quick before we jump into tonight's session, this is going to be our last session for at least a month at the minute. Probably give or take, depending on... we've kind of slightly mentioned it on stream a couple of times. Me and Spink, who's the house we live in where we stream all this from, are having to move literally in a couple of weeks. Spink's got a place. Hopefully me and Hannah will be having a place before long. And the idea is once we get there, have a room set up dedicated just for all of this side of our life. So which means next session you'll completely different backdrop for every one of us, which will be awesome, great, and amazing. And then it'll be a journey for all of us to go through all at once. Something like that. But yes, so there'll be no show for at least a month, give or take. Hopefully we'll be back sooner, but we'll let you know immediately on Facebook, Instagram, and all of our usual social media platforms that we operate off of about it all. Hell, we might even document some of the building on our TikTok that we now have up and running.
Yeah, we have TikTok.
Yeah, we have TikTok. Yeah, I made a TikTok the other week.
Yeah.
It's good content. It's a good way to get content out there and people following. But
I mean, we did get like almost 1,000 views on one of our videos already.
yeah, within the day I posted it.
Nice.
But yes.
He's doing numbers!
But
Doing
until,
numbers.
for the meantime, yes, we shall dive back in to where we had left off. So, the Golden Marauders had finished all of their business upon Trollvista and had claimed rooms within the tavern that is still currently known as the Dragon's Demon. You guys have been given free reign to rename the tavern if you so wish, as well.
CBA's change it.
And in a way, set sail through the skies in a tavern. There's a song if ever sailing the skies in a tavern. Yeah, some stone doom band should do.
Drop some shrooms and let's go flying in the tavern.
Alright, shrooms.
Oh dear.
But yes, set through. You guys made a quick pit stop over the Sea of Sands to get some supplies needed for the ship, trade some information, have a talk with a few certain people, board it back on, and carried on your way. You'd be about, I think I said about 4 or 5 days from the Sea of Sands to Daltone, the continent you guys which are heading, which contains the Twin Black Mountains, or the Twin Black Peaks, depending on where you're from and how you prefer to call it.
The Black Mountains.
There's 2 big mountains which are black.
You pierce the sky, they do. Yes, you made your way en route to there.
White
around
hills
this-
of darkness.
It was during this first day of travel that some invisible stalkers decided to make themselves known by attacking the party.
Fucking rude.
Well, those wankers.
Upon
They didn't pay their
Finding
beards out
out-
either, the bastards.
finding out where they were and entrapping a couple of them, you managed to squeeze a fair bit of information out of them about the fact that they were summoned particularly to hunt you guys.
Oh yeah.
Felling 2 ancient chromatic dragons tends to draw the eye of those they may have been
Just
allied
doing a
with.
job.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, well, someone's got to clean this shit up.
Somebody fucking volunteered us. Oh yeah, because we saved the world already.
Now we're going to do it again.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Victims of your own success.
Well, after this, I'm fucking retiring.
Yeah, so I didn't ask for it.
But yes,
I
The
did not
next-
give consent.
the next day comes. You all wake up, and what is everybody doing?
Nursing my hangover most likely. As per usual.
That's pretty
I wasn't driving the tavern last night, so I could drink it.
You're not able to drive the tavern as you're not an arcane caster.
That's fine with me. Perfect. I can drink every night then.
I don't think I've got any projects on at the minute. I've got nothing.
No, I don't. I think
Oh,
anyone's
there's
got
not much we can do. We're in a tavern.
No.
Flying through the sky.
you could drink and have roleplay.
We could do some sky fishing, I suppose. Let's see if we can catch something. Maybe catch a bird or something.
Right. So,
Do I need to do a new obsession? Because I can't remember what the current one is.
I don't think you have, but might as well roll a new one just in case.
I can't fucking remember.
Yes. During this particular day, actually quite early in the morning, as you're coming down for breakfast, Lisabelle,
Yes.
you notice that one of the other occupants of this tavern have eventually made their way downstairs as well and left something in particular for you.
For me?
Ooh. Well, you assume it's merely for you, as one of the items currently floating around your head starts to emit a familiar vibration that you're used to.
Okay. Stop fucking texting me.
As you look upon one of the tables, there is what immediately first you think is a pretty large stone of some sort, about probably a little bit bigger than the size of your head.
What the fuck am I supposed to carry that around?
Getting closer and examining it, it seems to be in the exact shape of a heart. As you get a bit more closer to it, you notice
Like the emoticon, the heart, or an anatomical heart?
an anatomical heart.
Either way, I'm happy.
As you get kind of close to it, there's a kind of familiar stone grey to it, but there's also weird black mist seems to be emanating from it that dissipates almost as soon as it leaves.
Slightly creepy, slightly
Yeah.
gothic.
Let's get that and my ring together. Bet that your ring will get on that. Not on there. Metagaming.
You do hear the familiar voice of Elridge peeping into your head this time.
Sup, me dude? It's been a while.
Well, it seems the third key has been presented to you.
Fergie?
I've told you about the 5 keys to unlock my prison.
I'm aware. I didn't
Thought I'd
realize it was going to
sense
be
it.
that soon.
I thought I'd sensed it in your fight with the dragon.
Okay.
It seems that one of your new comrades has found their way to this artifact.
Okay.
This is the Heart of Death.
No, really? Totally metal.
What's metal? Other than an actual component for crafting.
This type of music I've been hearing recently.
I see.
Quite popular with the young fae.
All you need is a lute and a shout spell.
Yes, this heart was gifted to me by the Raven Queen herself. It is the heart of the former god of death.
Oh? There was a
When-
former?
You do not think the Raven Queen... How much do you understand about the divine and the pantheons there are?
Not a lot. I fell asleep during that lesson.
The Raven Queen was not always the goddess of death. She was, once upon a time, immortal.
Cassie!
I see.
A powerful wizard who decided one day that the limitations that mortality granted one were not enough. And instead of pursuing lichdom, like many other wizards has a tendency to do for powers beyond death themselves, she decided to challenge a god instead.
Oh, yeah, little chestnut.
As you
We've all been
The
there.
god she ended up challenging was now the former god of death.
Oh,
Her
No,
victory...
we never guessed that.
the death
Yes,
family
it's as
known as-
easy. Once you know the conclusion, the story's just there to fill in the gaps. As
So
it
you
were.
should have challenged the other puppies and bits of string and ended up in the god of death. It would make no sense. I don't.
I think it's quite obvious that her victory move was to quite literally rip his heart out.
That would do it.
And now
To which it was turned to stone, yet as stone of power. Yes. Now you have it.
Great.
And that is one of the 5 keys needed to unlock this prison I do find myself in.
I'm starting to sense a theme.
There are 2 more. Don't worry. They will eventually, probably, more than likely, find their way to you.
I'd hope so, because I'm not going to be saving you anytime soon.
That is true, yes. But all things come when they do.
And just appear on my nice clean table.
Yes, I will be working on the item for that at some point in this duration. But yeah, you will be having the Heart of Death added to your inventory at some point.
So what does that actually do then?
At the
Very
moment,
extreme. Put in the curry, it's delicious. Very spicy.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you to cook, chop it up
Well,
and cook it.
like the Dimensional Blade, and
So that
the
actually
and Odin's Eye, it is an tunable item. But what it does, it's like you're not like short of like maybe a legend lore spell.
Oh, I don't really need to tune it there. I can just kind of have it and...
Yeah.
Right. So that can be handy every now and again, but I have to waste half of my day to make it handy. Yay.
Basically, I just need to look out what it's going to do. So.
Hey! Cool, we've got a dead pulsating heart.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys kind of come down and
You give
This
me
is
the
the point-
nicest things, dear.
you guys come down, and this is the point where you see kind of Lisa Bell, and you both seen her in this kind of state before, kind of clutching her head because when like an all-powerful divine being breaks through a mystical barrier to speak to someone directly in their head, it's not overly that pleasant of an experience. So you do see her kind of clutching her head while staring at this heart-shaped stone.
He's looking quite queer again.
When is she not? I mean, if you're driving a tavern, it's not normal. The science has not been done for the sort of radiation your body takes when we're up in the atmosphere.
That's true. Maybe she's getting a brain tumor.
Very possible. I don't think the tavern is pressurized for flight.
No, maybe not.
Everyone's been smoking as well. Oh, really haven't thought this through.
No, we're not the people to be in charge of this sort of thing.
No. I'll have to stop off see if Richard Branson's in one of the villages.
I'm just letting this happen at the moment.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
This is coming and go.
With your virgin taverns?
Virgin taverns.
Yeah.
Sexless in this universe. It's called sexless taverns.
Asexual taverns.
Asexual.
Maybe demisexual if you're lucky. And they get to know you, you know.
You're gonna get
you get to know the staff, you know, you might get a little bit more fresh in the area.
Yeah.
Never know.
Are you done?
Probably need breakfast.
How's your head?
sometimes.
Hurts.
What happened? Why?
Would you like us to be
Mystical
quiet?
forces talking in my head.
Oh.
How quizzical.
Mystical forces talking in the head.
Definitely
go crazy.
I've never had
I'll have you know I was always crazy.
quite.
Okay. When we get to the next town, we'll have a section. And,
We could just, park up over the local asylum, just open it and kick her out.
Anyway, I have this now.
what
Charming. Very quiet.
is that
Yes.
now? Is it a paperweight?
It may as well be right now.
Hey!
Oh,
You got an
righty
evil-looking
then.
heart. I've got an evil-looking ring that was trying to talk to me. Do you want to know?
No, this wasn't talking to me. Elridge was talking to me. But you know the god that I've got to apparently save. Told you about this yonks ago.
Yeah, I've got.
To be
A lot
fair,
of
if we
things
were
happen.
drinking at the time, you probably thought I had something weird.
And all the weird shit happens a lot of the time.
Yeah, she says a lot of things. which
You'd
make
be
no
surprised
sense.
at how many deities interact with us on a daily basis.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think I said what I meant to say.
I knew what you said. I'd like you to elaborate.
I think it's self-explanatory, no? It's quite clear. Is in fact the quintessence of sanity.
Just walks away at that point and goes into the kitchen to find something to eat because she doesn't trust you right now. To not put some like sedatives into her food.
There's the usual kind of everything like
Get a fucking B.A. Baracus your ass.
Have some milk. Here you go.
your typical like bread, probably day old pastries kind of thing there. And
Done. I will have day-old pastries.
It's better than nothing.
And I'll take some bread as well. I'll just toast it myself.
I do want to.
We eat
I
all
do
like
have
peanuts.
the thing made already.
Oh.
But yeah.
Speedy.
I mean, you can add it to my inventory. Rather than me have to search it because I don't know what you named it.
Continue role playing.
Yes, right. So,
How much longer am I going to be cooped up in here? It's quite nice to be.
are we going a bit crazy? Am I talking in third person again?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
So
Yes.
we've done 2 days of flights.
Are you trying to be crazy and mystical about talking in third person all the time?
I'll have to
It was
ask
a
him.
4-day travel,
Okay.
so I think we're halfway through.
You're here on your second day.
Oh god.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 days of this.
I'm going for a nap.
I'm going outside. Going for a walk.
Yeah, you're going on the sunroof.
Get outside. Like, oh yeah.
We converted the roof, remember?
Oh yeah, we have got
Yeah.
got a garden, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, going at the garden. I'm gonna go look at my petunias.
Your petunias.
Your bluebells.
Bluebells. No, wrong time of year.
It's been added.
Thank you.
Rhododendrons.
My rhododendrons.
Oh,
Oh, I see.
fuck.
My fuchsia plants are looking delightful.
After that, Belle is gonna
Passion fruit is
go.
growing all up the wall. Bloody lovely.
Marvellous.
Belle's gonna go like walk back out from the kitchen and look at the floor and still see the bodies of said things we killed.
Oh
No.
yeah. Dude,
No?
under
No,
they
They're dead. They're
Oh, they disappeared.
air
Element-
element.
creatures
They're
dead.
basically a form of like air elementals.
Okay, well, did they leave any dust behind?
like a scorch
Because I
mark.
need to clean it.
Maybe there's like a
Make an
scorch.
investigation check.
There's a scorch mark on the floor. There's a little white outline on the floor where we drew around them before we did our investigation. Isn't there?
All of the fucking yes.
And Flake comes in with a
And
trench
it's
coat
on
and a
the
trilby going, what's going on here, see? There's been a murder.
Okay, investigation is 18.
18, right.
Yes.
So there isn't necessarily any kind of trail of dusting or anything.
Okay.
The fairy fire, whatever is used, is gone as well. That was actually a magical spell. There's still the slight remnants of the circle that was used to trap them, as well as mayo splattered in
That's
one
the
particular
best cleanup.
section
Mayo.
of the thing that you then realize there's a big void in the middle of it where one of the invisible stalkers are covered in mayo, so
Yeah,
that it can be
the mayo
seen.
incident.
Yeah. The
So,
mayo good dust.
yeah, Belle's gonna clean that up. Because fuck if she wants to tavern smell
Come on,
like
that was
eggs all
genius.
day. And after that, she's done that, she's going upstairs to her, do a bit of meditation for a little while. Because fuck is she hurt? Because we haven't had a long rest at all.
This, like I said, this is the next day, so you all could take
Oh,
off.
really?
Yeah, I did say this was the next day. It's my bad. I should have said you guys had a long rest.
Long rest.
Thank you,
See, because I was a little bit squished. Like,
Of moles.
not in a good way.
No. Based on we host the tavern down with mayonnaise, it was an interesting fight.
You guys love
Mayonnaise.
creativity.
Yeah.
This is what makes the game this game.
That's true.
That level of creativity, you're right.
High pressure alchemy joke. Come on.
So, I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you guys want to... Is there any role-playing or any kind of aspects of stuff you guys want to do in the next couple of days in-game, or do you just want to have a fast-forward moment?
I mean, there's not really much we can do.
Is that we're going a bit stir crazy in this now?
Yeah, and the stir crazy is exhibiting itself in Spring's latest obsession, which is 2 days of the letter Q. I'd like to skip.
I second that notion.
This
to
week-
skip
What I was
ranking.
doing quasi quiet quintessential.
We saw what happened on the 6th of January when people got obsessed with Q, so
Hey!
not good. You come down, you've got like a hat with horns on
No!
No!
it and a big flag.
and praying to the Christian God.
He's
while
coming
we're in all
back.
that.
He's coming back, I tell you. JFK is coming back. Woo! Woo!
I'm waiting till you're out of the
This
house
whole
now to
dragon
start
thing is
rewatching
just a
the
conspiracy
videos.
to try and make the people who control it, they're controlling everything. It's just a lie, so they can keep taking the money from the pockets of us people and just giving it to themselves all the time. It's all it is. It's just them holding more and more of our gold, and we just letting them do it. It's all bullshit.
Fast forward.
Okay!
You guys find yourself staring down from the south end of the continent of Diatone.
Ta-da! Here's what he prepared earlier.
Ironically, looks like some weird ass Head and Shoulders.
Oh, I heard about that guy. He was famous at one point.
Accidental in how that came out, just how I rolled it.
Paisley.
The
something
UK
like that.
looks like a guy riding a pig.
Yeah, there's a way. It's really fucked up.
Okay, I now need to look this up.
Italy's a boot.
Oh, that one's obvious.
Yeah.
Kicking. Well, it's Sicily.
Yes.
Florida is the USA's dick in many ways.
Oh my god, yeah! That's so fucking weird.
What's that?
I can't believe you've never noticed it before.
It's the witch's hat as well. That's what
Yeah,
fucking does it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant.
You reach to the bottom of this, and you see
Six
you're
sleeps.
however many freaking miles up in the sky, and you kind of see the landscape as verdant green, several farmlands off on the right side as you're looking down on it. Small, what looks like a small town or village surrounded by a bunch of hills, massive city next to a bit of forest with a river running through the forest part. Going further up, and you see the mountains as they kind of reach up, some as tall as you in that point, as well as you see one side of these higher mountains at the far end, molten lava volcanoes, and the other side frozen solid peaks. Further down,
We're in a theme park.
Yes.
this is your elevated stance of looking down upon it. You're able to see a lot further out, obviously because of it, and even which allows you to ironically see enough where
I told you the world was round.
you can see
Everyone
the
thinks I'm
curvature
crazy.
of the worlds. Sorry,
Everybody thinks
SCG.
I'm crazy. Put that cube book away. Put it away. Put it away.
You see further down another city with the castle not too dissimilar to how Bardoon, where the castle's built into the mountain. You're going further down, more than mountain ranges and lakes among that area, down to where a small jungle and hills separate where the mountains are, down to where the rest of the plains are. Just underneath, south of those jungles, is a small mountain range with two black peaks spiring up through.
There.
There?
That bit.
You can be there.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the trees that I heard someone say we need to go to the...
Oh, there's a grove or something, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, next to the city. Next to the big city that you're not...
Yeah, I can't remember what that was.
That'd be a good place to hide a tavern.
Yes.
Because people might be a bit scared of a flying tavern, just sort of.
Yeah, true.
Good shout.
Do the thing.
Do the
I
thing.
don't know.
Do the thing.
I'm
Do
not
the
a
thing.
planner.
Okay, do the thing.
We do the thing.
you
We
had-
do the thing.
You head
We do
down
the thing.
into the cellar. This is definitely going to be a weird experience for you. 'Cause flying the tavern was just weird enough, but
I gotta figure out how to fucking land this shit.
You've had control of magic carpets before, and it was not too dissimilar. As you're kind of come down into this kind of spectral area of pure radiance and magic going through it.
Back it up. Back it up like a dog.
But I need someone to like guide me in.
Yeah, I'll get out with the sticks. Come on.
Left hand down. Left hand down. Hard lock.
Way anchor. Oof.
Easy.
Problems I can see Flake doing that without a chain on. They can just throw it in
Just
anchor
throw an
overboard,
anchor out and just
and you just watch it going down.
just
and
takes out a farmer's house.
Well, no chain on it or anything. You just throw an anchor over it, nothing.
Hammers the floor.
Just disappeared.
And you're just looking down on it, and about halfway down, you're like, oh, there's no chain on that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you kind of go down there, and this is like you've connected to it, and now you can kind of see the other side of what this room kind of has to offer. You can show you different parts of the world in a weird, very holographic kind of way. And in the center, you see
Just that now.
You do see in the center of it. You do see the world of Layrite as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it parking cameras?
I haven't put reverse park on yet.
Alright, okay, cool.
One of the odd things you know about this world, as it's kind of being shown to you in this format, is there's about half a dozen purple rings going around it that you aren't physically there. You can't see these purple rings.
Interesting.
As you get close to it, you can sense that these small rings upon where they are giving off a slight arcane feel to them.
Great.
Make an
Magic
intelligence.
purple rings.
Make an Arcana check. Sorry, this week.
16.
16. That'll be enough. You understand. You actually have a decent understanding of what this is as a sorcerer, as an arcane caster, particularly. And the arcane you feel off them is the same as if you were on certain parts of the world at a certain time. You understand these to be where the ley lines currently are, going across the worlds. Which also means you could probably use this to discover where the druidic and the divine ley lines are currently along the world as well.
Yep.
But again, that's just a little if you wanted to kind of thing. Yeah, you kind of get down there and you realize like your sense of control of the entire bit of rock and tavern is immense at this point. You could probably see that if you really wanted to move the tavern in any kind of real way, you'd want to do it from here, kind of thing. So you're able to kind of pinpoint exactly where the tavern is in the world, pull it up into a bigger frame, literally like using like Google Maps or something like that. Essentially is what it is. Very mixture of like Total Recall bits there.
Minority Report.
Pulling it up. And you're able to guide them. And you guys kind of feel this. It almost just feels like someone has literally come down and grabbed the tavern and moving it specifically where it is. And as you look out, you can see the tavern.
Put the fucking roof garden in. You be
You can see the tavern like low, and you can see all the sky and everything going up. And it's like, after about a few moments of you kind of
landing.
sorting this out,
Tavern, reversing.
That was reverse parking.
you guys begin to wonder, like, wait a minute, there's solid ground under here. How's that going to fit on the ground? And you don't feel a sense of anything as suddenly the tavern is put into place in the middle of this forest bit next to the city.
Brace for landing.
Okay.
As you exit the tavern, there seems to be a small clearing perfectly for this in the area, and the ground itself seems to have melded with the grounds upon the tavern.
No trees were harmed in the landing of this tavern. It's okay.
I will say, it's like a plane landing. It's like the back wheels going in.
No, let's go Vital. First to take off a landing is fine. It's Harry John Jason.
I'm gonna have a bit of a bump for the first landing.
Yeah.
So you guys step out of the tavern in the middle of a forest.
Oh.
Well, I say not in the middle, but you're probably a bit closer to the city than the middle is.
Okay, so first we've established that the tavern's here.
Yes.
Don't forget to put the parking lock on.
It is on.
Okay, cool.
I am the parking lock.
So we're going to go to the city or the grove? What are we doing?
Let's explore the city first, find out stuff about the grove, because let's not go in there blindside. Let's go to the city, come on.
Yeah, just a peek.
Look into the... No.
Makes me so happy.
We're going to the city first.
We're going to the city!
You guys head off towards the city.
It's like you want us to go to the city.
Yeah.
It's not, thankfully where you guys kind of head up, it's not too far. It literally takes you... It doesn't take you that long. It takes you a handful of hours to get to the walls of the city, and as you follow the walls around to where that side gate is.
Okay.
Upon getting there, you do see, as you would expect, a couple of guards standing there, and as about 5 of you emerge, because say the 3 of you, Click and Blackhand, emerge. Oh there, what is your business in the city?
To seek rations and information. We've travelled quite some way.
Whereabouts are you coming from? There's not much on that side of the continent. And you're coming from...
We came in
The
by a
woods.
boat?
Must have been some rowboat to get across that sea.
Yeah.
It
It was certainly an
Have you
interesting
seen how
rowboat.
big my arms are? They was a stick before we left. I'm so small.
Sorry for
Rode for
Make a
6
deception check.
Yeah, we need to. Maybe they have an acting school here that teaches how to lie better.
I was going to say with advantage, but inside check on him against you is like, yeah, no.
15?
Sorry?
15?
15.
He's not telling the truth. You want information supplies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he asked where we come from.
Yeah, that's the bit he was trying to figure out. Was like, makes no... Right. Alright, fair enough. Open the gates.
I was
You
like,
can
oh
see
my
the
God, it
portcullis.
worked. I mean,
You can see like, the portcullis of the gates trying to lift up. You're like, welcome to Farsic.
Thank
Keep
you.
your bags close unless you want to get into a fight.
I was like,
Oh, wonderful.
We
Oh.
will not help you.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Please do.
And as you're kind of going in, and it's the stuff that, like, to the cities you guys have been, to, like, to Cape Sin, Clover Drift, friggin', maybe the city of, within Sea of Sands, Trollvista, this is not like any of them. This is, like,
We're told this is a dodgy fucking
like,
place.
imagine, like, the worser parts, or the rougher parts of London, and spread it to an entire city full.
Okay.
Essentially, it is just like almost every other to every 2 or 3 buildings is a tavern. Every tavern has
That's
some
London in general.
Yeah.
every tavern has some form of hookers or prostitutes out the front of them, one way or
London.
another. Yep. There's quite literally, like, you're walking past certain areas and they're just fights going. Not even round alley corners, like
Definitely
full on.
a bitch.
Like, you just hear literally someone's like, "Oh, you're fucking up my wife!" Pins someone down and starts beating the shit out of him on the streets.
Okay, so I'm going to put my valuables in the Hewitt's handy sack.
I think we're
Bag of
fitting well
holding
here.
is being hid.
Yeah.
Well, if we wanted some action today, I think we'll get some.
And you just kind of see this, and like, some people are giving you a slight of a wide berth just because you seem to be newcomers. You're all dressed too clean for this.
It's well and truly.
Is there like a
clamped to her
dominant
staff.
race in the area?
Armed to the fucking
No,
teeth
it's
of
a
the-
mixture. There's not an immediate dominant, but there's a mixture. Like, the main ones are your elves, dwarves, a high fair of halflings and gnomes in here as well.
So not many Goliath druids.
Nope. I mean, there are some of the bigger races here as well. There's like, you might see the odd maybe Goliath or Tabaxi here as well, but nothing of immediate.
And what time do you call this?
I call this having to wait around for my new bed to be delivered.
Okay.
Any excuse.
You wanna slide around somewhere?
Yeah. Can
You know when you
go
get,
back and
Alright.
Yeah, it's gonna be a one in and one out.
you know when you get
There's
one of
tables.
those, you get one of those delivery windows.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
And then they don't do it. Yeah.
Too many cables, so
Yeah.
Hopefully the new. Well, we shouldn't have this problem at the new place.
No, we won't.
Where are you going?
So I'll literally move in house in a few weeks.
So why are you going to have the same problem with the new place?
Because it's
Because-
around its own
Oh,
time.
that problem. Oh,
That
okay.
This fucking.
I see. Is it bigger, is it?
On the
It's
inside.
gonna have a room dedicated for this. So
Oh,
things aren't gonna be things can be like attached to the wall or put in a way that it's not gonna be trip upable.
Fair,
Sorry,
fair.
shut them all there. Because eyes notes are in that as well.
Yes, you want taxis? Oh, yes, please. How many boxes would you like?
Oh, have the chucks been been productive?
Yeah.
Busy.
Well done. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice little nice little gift from past me to current me.
Yeah, so catch up quickly. Sped through a few days to get to the next continent. Tavern has been landed into a jungle, and you guys have just entered the city of Farsic, which is an incredibly rough place. Taverns everywhere, prostitutes everywhere, and fights openly in the street.
Prostitutes everywhere. You say.
Prostitutes everywhere. Yeah.
Yes.
Basically, every other to every few house buildings is a tavern with prostitutes or hookers outside of it.
Sounds excellent. Sounds just the place.
Just a ticket.
It's an example of the circular economy, isn't it? Yeah, they're each other's customers.
Yeah. The money.
like,
No
to
really
be
no real
fair-
expansion, but no one.
We
cares.
have just binge watched the first season of Black Sails, so
We're halfway through the
Oh,
second
I
season.
love that. I love that show.
It's the first time she's watching it.
It's great. It's
I
fantastic.
fucking love it.
Fucking brilliant.
For some reason I was putting it off, but I don't know why.
Who's your favourite?
We're about halfway through season 2 at the minute.
So you've met Charles Vane now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Met Charles Vane. Yeah, no, we're about 2 episodes past after he, spoiler alert, where he kills Ned Lowe.
Mm.
That I did respect him for.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway, we digressed.
Yes, we did. Yes. And going through, like I said, there's fights happening in the middle of the street here. All sorts of, like I said, majority is like they're elves or dwarves. Fair few halfling and gnomes. Not so much of the like the bigger races. There's the odd one or two kind of sticking out, but nothing of like.
There's a lot of
Major.
short man syndrome in the air.
Well, you guys know from having a past party member that the halfling and gnomish hometown is literally just the other side of the hills of here. So a lot of them who find probably not so much comfort in home and the niceties that a halfling and gnomish village might have, and prefer the rougher sides of the main city and have grown accustomed to it in that sense. Yeah, but again, the one you do see the odd human here, very much in the pirate aspect of, yeah, we came here because we prefer the rougher places, and we don't want to be at sea all the time.
So is this a stomping ground that I'm familiar with?
Yeah, you'd probably be semi-familiar with it at least.
Anybody around that I know?
Make an investigation check or a perception check, whichever one you prefer. Probably perception, actually.
We can always ask prostitutes. Do you know this man?
I mean, it helps if you take his trousers off.
Perception would be +7.
Okay.
He's going to be a pirate on the ship and want some high perception.
About that.
He's trying to recognise breasts.
That'll be a whole 9.
He got distracted by the breasts.
Yeah.
He's trying to recognise them by their breasts.
You take your clothes off. See if I recognise you.
I recognise them tits.
You have to pay me first, love.
No, I've actually said that once before. I was walking along the crowd of down.
You're live, but just in case you can incriminate yourself.
I was walking along in a download festival, and out the corner of my eye, I noticed an extremely familiar pair of breasts, and I literally turned, pointed straight into Mash's face, and said, "I recognise those tits."
Brilliant.
Oh dear.
You're not disappointed.
Oh, she was over the moon.
But yes. Basically, you do that, and the woman goes like, "I don't recognize you."
Maybe if he took his trousers off.
Yeah, whip your knob out.
Well, I'm assuming.
I know you.
I'm assuming I've got tattoos all over the place.
Yeah. It's your character. You have them as scarred and tattooed as you like.
Well, I'll just go. Well, do you remember this? Turn around, drop my trousers, and show the tattoos on my arse.
Just double your cheeks.
Oh, yeah, I remember you. You the fucking shortchanged me.
I find that very unlikely.
Oh, somebody did who had those exact tattoos on his ass.
You've been in
Well,
5 minutes, Phil.
How much do I owe you then? We can possibly come to an arrangement.
Oh, an arrangement, he says. Arrangement. Well, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm a little bit busy at the fucking moment.
I'm sorry, mate. Yeah.
That's a fair point, well made.
Don't speak with your mouth.
Mouthful of what is the question?
So,
Man or woman?
Impolite to go there.
so what are you guys particularly searching for at the minute?
I would like to find an apiary.
A what?
What?
A honey cellar.
Honey cellar.
Apiary for 8.
Is that what the roll said?
Bees?
Fixated with bees.
Yes.
Bees with a question mark.
The dice hate me tonight.
We've already had Q.
We skipped over those 2 days, so luckily we didn't get too much.
Yeah.
You
I think you have to call me one of the Quim, so you know you're close.
Aww.
you ask around and you ask around, and it turns out the majority of taverns either try to brew their own ales and things like that.
Try.
Or things like that. Yeah, emphasis on try. It's a lot of gulp the first few, and then eventually you forget what it tastes like, kind of thing. High alcohol, horrible taste.
I hope you don't die. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, darling, you just literally described the prostitute's night.
That's a good one. I like that. But yes, asking around, and they're just like, "What the fuck do I need honey for? It's not wheat, it's
Make
not
this
barley, it's
fucking
not
shite
hops,
taste
it's not
nice.
Yeah. Make meat out of it.
mead. Fucking the dwarves escaped the fucking homes from mead.
Okay.
You slightly shit out of luck. Till eventually you are pointed. You are eventually pointed to a tavern known as the. I don't remember the name of it. Cause it's fucking written down somewhere down where my notes. All my notes are because they're halfway through fucking packing up. Basically, you get pointed to this tavern called the Underlaw Tavern. Pointed out, saying like, if anyone's gonna know, it's gonna be the broker at the Underlaw. He'll know anything,
Okay.
everything.
What are we doing here, by the way?
I need to find honey.
Other than that.
We've got 2 things we're doing
okay.
on this continent. So there's a grove nearby where we'd park the tavern.
Yeah, this is where the
Put the
DM's
steering lock on.
I am the steering.
This is what the DM's going to check. Why are you guys interested in the grove? Because I've never said anything.
You have.
Yeah, in the older campaign we were doing on Pandemic, my character in it was from that grove. That was it. I don't know why.
I want to look at the grove.
Fair enough. Not for me to dissuade you guys exploring my world at all. I'm happy for it. I'm just like trying to figure out what the point of going to the grove is.
Because I'm going to
It's
go to the grove. I want to see if I can lose people there.
And then we have to go to these 2 big foreboding mountains.
Oh, I can lose you any people
That's-
you want. As many as you want.
Excellent.
As he's saying mountains, you kind of look roughly towards like the northeast area, and you see 2 black mountains. Even amongst this kind of smog and weird kind of dust layer that the city seems to have all consistently around it, you still see like 2 black mountains going up almost just to pierce the sky itself, kind of thing.
Why don't we just park up there? It'll be much easier. Maybe we'll have to. Maybe we'll circle around.
We'll stop around. To be fair, it seems like a convenient place to hide it.
Yeah, true.
In amongst the trees.
But yes.
Just get information
Yeah.
from the Tavern folk.
So you guys eventually get pointed away to the Underlaw, and it's partly kind of what it says. It's an underground tavern. Open the door.
Actually underground?
Yep, open the door. Literally, it is much like certain places where like the front door is literally just the door opens and the stairwell down.
Fuck, it's Fagin's den from Colchester.
As you get down to the bottom, there is a
climax.
a slight puzzlement and wondering as about a 9-foot tall ogre stands in the door of this massive, there's about a 10-foot wide doorway. This ogre is just standing in front of it. Looks down at you all.
I look up for once.
Password.
He's big.
There's a password?
Of course there is.
Password.
Well, if I say the password out loud, they don't know what it is, and you don't want that, do you? So you should probably let me inside so I can tell you in private.
I like that.
I was trying to think what the fucking roll it. Make a persuasion check.
Just hope he's not a very charismatic.
21!
Okay.
It kind of goes down, bends you, and picks you up by the scruff of your neck.
No, you go all limp.
Yes, No, this is what I'm going to do. Like, he's picking you up at that point. I will allow you to roll a Constitution saving throw on whether you go limp.
Isn't it?
If you go 10 or lower, you go limp.
No.
Oh, I've got 9!
9. And Spring gets picked up and goes full on, not limp, but his arms and everything just like
He's just
stiff.
He's deactivated.
Now that could be useful.
Yeah. He turns. You see the Ahsoka turn around,
I
kind
make
of
a note.
open one of the double doors,
So
goes
you're
in,
gonna be able to do that.
close it behind him. Hey, and what's the password?
Well, I'm in now, so I can tell you bye.
He slams his glove. Okay, no, we're doing for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Hey, you told us to go to that tavern.
I know, I wasn't expecting you guys to pick a freaking fight with the ogre.
Hey,
Oh, fine, yeah, he's doing some parkour around the
make-
fucking walls at the moment.
A freaking initiative.
Roll
That's what I'm trying to roll initiative.
30.
Yeah, it's gonna be his freaking 10.
Oh, dear, yeah.
So you're off.
So what are you're gone.
Are you gonna go open up the side door that is in?
Yeah, something like that.
The side hatch.
Spring didn't think it was going to work. You just make it up as it goes along now.
You go. Okay. Pushes open the door. Slams it shut again. You're now alone in this tavern, and your 4 friends are outside. And this ogre comes back out to the 4 of you, club in hand, looking down at you.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Password.
I'll see you later.
Password.
That walks away.
Swordfish, are you that dumb?
Is that a rhetorical question?
No.
Then yes.
Right. The 4 of you stay fucking here. I'm gonna find your friend, and I'm gonna.
I mean, you already walked away.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, the 3 of you then.
I'm coming again.
Opens the door, close it, and you, wherever you are, this is like quite a big, spacious tavern. And there seems to be definitely layers underneath, and it's almost kind of like a weird reverse of how like you would see certain taverns, where like you would walk in and you see like the upstairs like a banister of like hallways with open banisters and that. This is almost kind of the reverse. You kind of come in and there's a banister and you look down and there's another 2, maybe 3 floors that you can see all the way down to the bottom floor. So it's almost like a reverse building, if you will, kind of thing, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
But you can see, like you would do like in a mansion or something like that, where you can look all the way down. You do that here. And you kind of run away around to the side of one side, and you can
Once
see
in the main part of it, was slow down.
Sorry?
Once in the main part of it, slow it down.
Yeah. You slow down, and you stop, and you kind of see
Get
the
a clipboard
ogre.
out.
Yeah.
You see the ogre come back in, shut the door behind him, stand in front, and he leans over, and you see 2. And this is the first time you've now kind of noticed it. You see 2 figures, fully clad in dark clothing, hoods all up and all that, and point in the direction you went, and they are just like, and you just see them both disappear and go.
Hey, so, you're around here somewhere, I know that, but if you can point me in the direction they broke it, that would be splendid.
Nothing.
Carry on down.
You get about
Like sauntering.
Yep, you get about to a certain point, and you do walk. You feel something pointy hit your stomach as you're walking.
Pointy. Could at least walk to dinner.
Like it's not done with enough force for it to pierce anything, but
It's
enough
just
that you know it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, buddy, I think it's time for you to leave.
Well, I'd rather leave with information than without.
I'm sure you fucking would. But considering that you don't even have the right password to be in here, let alone getting down this far, our boss wouldn't exactly be too happy about that.
I'd like to
Unless you're looking for a job, then that kind of skill might get you a bit further.
What kind of job are we talking about?
What kind of jobs are you offered to do?
Washing dishes. Water.
Oh, that would ruin his
I've
fur.
been known to
I'm not walking any dogs!
Spring's just going to slip into thieves' camp.
Yep.
I've been under a room or two. There's been more than a few mansions that I've cased and taken out the valuables. Highway robbery is nothing beyond me. I've even been a pirate in my time, you know?
You kind of see this figure in front of you kind of comes to visualization as he pulls the hood back on his cloak of invisibility. Pulls back. You see the knife ears of a half elf, scarred down his right eye purely missing as
Nice.
well. You can see very weird, twisted, jaded dagger of some sorts, still kind of just resting over your belly, kind of thing.
That's a pretty piece.
And you kind of say this is half elf, but he's a lot more stout,
Stockier.
and kind of stocky. So it's definitely more of a half elf, half dwarf kind of character. And you kind of see he's still kind of up on the ball. You can see as you're looking down, he's still on the balls of his feet to remain as quiet as he can, so he's not full on flat-footed kind of thing. Very, again, clothing you've used to, probably worn in the past as well to learn the trade of sneaking around, and something he's quite comfortable in. As well as you can see a row of several more daggers and the handle of a hand crossbow over his left shoulder for a quick grab as well.
Yeah.
Well, I need a few more daggers.
Yeah.
And you go, in a form of thieves' cant as well. It's like, well, I guess there's only one way to find out. What about your friends outside?
Oh, they'll wait. They're fine.
They'll wait, will they?
Yeah, we'll find them. It's fine.
No, they fucking won't. Go get him. And you hear clearly, like, to make the noise that he's there, you hear footsteps, two lots of footsteps, heading up behind you that, like, yeah, that you kind of made yourself a little bit obvious there.
Yep.
Kind of think of it. And she's like, alright then. Kind of sheaths the dagger behind his cloak. He's like, come with me. Time for you to meet the broker.
Nice.
Ah, the end game that you wanted.
As this happens, as you're being taken down, the ogre has returned out there. Have you just, like, full on fucked off?
Yeah.
Like, are you waiting outside the tavern door, or have you just...
No, I've completely fucked off because I'm just like, well, I'm not going to get the information I need here, so we'll go find somewhere else. It's called going to ask the prostitutes.
Okay, well, we'll run that quickly before we run into do this whole broker thing then. Are you going to the first lot of prostitutes you see outside the tavern, or are you just going to...
No. Next lot, thank you.
You're going to go
The
look for the
classiest
ones that have got
ones.
specialist skills.
Exactly that.
You go around, you look around, and you do genuinely have a air about this, hanging around the taverns and some of the company you kept back in Clothing Drift yourself. So you kind of have an air, and you kind of look over and around, and you're not necessarily looking for the ones with the biggest bust, but the ones with a little something extra looks to them.
The sweetest juice.
Basically, yeah. You saunter up and eventually find this tavern called the After Morning.
Well, we know what they specialise in.
Walking
Well, it
up,
could be worse. Could be the afterbirth.
you walk up to this one particular one, and you kind of seems to pull the extra mile out to get the eye of certain people.
In other words, the tits are practically hanging out of a corset.
More designed for ease of access than anything else.
Okay, fair.
Accessible.
So,
Ah, yes, and how may I help you?
you look like the lady to speak to if I need information.
Well, I mean, what kind of information would you like?
I need to know about two places. I should
Aye.
be free. One, is there anything special about the grove to the west of the city?
Yes, you're right, list. Well, I hope you do realize that this isn't going to come free.
Oh, I fully understand that.
Time's money, honey.
Then, would you please come up to my room and we'll discuss in
My
private.
pleasure.
She takes you up to her particular room and about kind of what you standard expect. I mean, you did own a tavern.
Yeah.
Sorry, not tavern, a brothel.
Yeah.
Still technically do own it.
Yeah,
So you
just
did-
a bit defrosting now.
And get in, shut down, and she kind of just sits as provocative,
Provocative.
that's the word, thank you, as she can. It's like, okay. So shall we have a quick run through the costs, or are you just going to throw gold?
Let's not go that far.
Well, I need to know what kind
diamonds.
of information I'm going to give and how.
Just gold bars.
Palms like 100 gold to her. As much information as you possibly can.
It's like, I'm going to close and buy my own tavern with this.
She sits a little bit more formal now. So, there's not much to be known about the Grove to the west. It's somewhere that people of this city have a tendency to go to when they wish to be blessed by the wild gods or something or other like that. Others to be, some to be laid to rest. There's a burial grave somewhere around there as well. Most we know about the druids and clerics there are they're primarily hermits. They occasionally wander in here through the city just to get supplies.
So
when they do, they tend to be well left alone. No one really wants to argue with those who could probably bring the forest itself to
Directly on
ruin.
top of a sleeping hermit.
So good to know about that. Basically, we've parked on the
got a new
Indian
tavern
burial
there,
ground.
haven't
Yeah, we parked on the graveyard and or a hermit.
We've got a new tavern name now, haven't we? The Sleepy Hermit.
The sleepy hermit.
I like it.
Okay, fair.
They're here.
This is a poltergeist. Calm your shit right now, guys.
Come back.
Do not need a pole that is half built right
Strawberry
now.
jam coming out the wall.
Anyway,
That was
the
a shocking.
second location is obviously about the mountains, best way to get to them.
You're definitely asking the wrong person, dear.
No,
It's
go
like
get
I'm
that
not
one.
something.
Okay,
I
Do you know if
don't go spelunking in my spare time.
that's fine. Do you know if any traders go through there? They must come and visit
She's
you.
explored some holes anyway.
Nuts. They tend to avoid those mountains as best possible. Not exactly the easiest to trek. Easier to travel through the farmlands than the
She's
mountains.
not unfamiliar with a moist
Okay, so
pothole.
basically it's not very well travelled.
Slithering through
It's
some tight
Yeah.
gaps.
Basically, yeah, you're getting to that, like, only adventurers or those who might want to seek fame and glory would probably dare venture there.
and the last question is about the tavern of how the fuck do we get in there legally?
So you are asking about the underlaw. Yep.
Yeah.
That tavern. You wish to speak with a broker.
Yes, we do.
Oh, well.
I'll make it worth your while. Slips another 50 gold.
The ogre has been given a password, obviously by the broker himself. You go down and just tell him that you have not drinking enough and wish to die.
We should die.
No one, not even the dumb, are stupid enough to drink themselves to death.
Okay.
And no one in this town would wish death upon themselves, although many tend to do it, whether
Very
regardless
strange
or
town,
not.
isn't it?
Oh no, we'll get that boss then. Okay. Thank you, you've been very helpful.
Many drinks for death.
With that, blows her a kiss and walks away. I'll come see you later.
I'm sure you will. So you head off, and by the time you get there, and now we'll pick up with you guys, the ogre, as well as come back and stand and watch over you guys. After about 5 minutes, door opens. You guys see this stocky half-elf kind of wander out. All right, you three. Wasn't there a fourth? Fucked off. Whatever. Right, the three of you, come on.
We're in.
You guys head in, and about 5 minutes later or so,
Walking down.
you come down. You come downstairs. Oh, so you're back then.
Yeah, no.
Password,
Repeats the phrase.
which is
Wait, mate! I've been drinking, you got no fucking chance.
many drinks and wish to die.
Many drinks must die.
Was it? I'm not drunk enough and I wish to die. That was it.
Yeah,
Not
essentially.
drunken enough, not just like it was the precise syntax.
I did enough and I want to
You
drink.
know my brain's like a
Let me
cinema
in.
time.
I've died enough and I want to drink.
Palms up on the top end of one of the doors, opens it up, and he's like, "Welcome to the Underlaw.
Thank you.
As you're gonna walk in, and the door shuts behind you. You feel an immediate tug on one of your sleeves. By any chance, you wouldn't have to be friends with 4 gentlemen, a Tabaxi, a Goliath, a human, and a Kenku.
Oh, associates.
What have I done?
Good. They're waiting for you downstairs. The broker's expecting you.
Wonderful.
Have fun.
Always do.
As you get
Oh, bring me some wine while you're at it. I feel I'm gonna need it.
red or white,
White.
consider it done.
Thank you.
So,
That's
obviously,
light.
Spring, you're the first one brought in front of the broker. And you notice this elven gentleman. Looks high elven, has more of a dark complexion than most high elves you met. Wearing a fairly thick cloak. Seems to be kind of holding down something behind his back. That seems to be attached to him. His eyes look more draconic than elven. Long hair. It's kind of reverse of how my hair is. Like the sides are well grown out while the middle isn't, and there seems to be some kind of growth going in the middle,
Right.
down there.
It's got a tumor.
You see a goatee of a beard, slightly long, but not overly too long. Papers out in front of him, like going over everything, and he looks up at you. Gestures to sit down, but doesn't say anything.
Is there any colour to this growth on his head?
Not necessarily. It seems just to be kind of continuing the coloration of his flesh at the minute.
Which is...
Kind of more of a darker tan color. The 3 of you join after about 5 minutes.
Casually lounging in the chair.
Yeah. As 3 of you are join him, he gestures for 3 of you to sit. Kind of eyeing you all up. A few moments later, some drinks are brought out to all of you as well.
Excellent.
Then about 5-6 minutes afterwards,
Brandy and cigar.
then about 5 minutes afterwards, Lisabelle comes down. Is come down.
Who's Lisabelle? Yoga?
Someone's sleeping outside.
Hey.
What big ears you have?
Small, angry fennec fox.
Yeah.
As
About to fall off the table.
Lisabelle joins your party
Hey.
and sits down.
With a face like thunder, like, fuck did you guys do?
Oh, good.
I think, yeah. Well, unless you did something before we
Look around. Nothing.
We
You
just
managed
had
to
a
come. You
drink.
managed to come in without breaking the place for once.
Right.
No dragons.
What did you agree to?
Nothing.
We haven't spoken yet, and I assume
It's
this
been
is
very
all
awkward.
I assume this is all of you then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, you're definitely one of the more odder bunch I've had in here recently.
But
But then, I do hire out, contract out to people to do a number of things, so not as unusual.
wonderful. Can we get down to business now, please?
Names first. You all know who I am, I assume.
Other than the broker, yes.
Good, we'll keep it that way.
Wonderful.
And you guys are?
You may call me Madame Lebellin.
Madam. Well, anyone else gonna offer up their name? Or we're just gonna stand here pretending we're somewhere else?
I would be Black Sand.
You just sit
That's
back
fine.
and sit eating the bag of just like,
Imagine them to be pistachios.
You see Click doing
with
his
the
usual
shells
kind of...
on. Crunch.
You see Click doing his side. I'm Click.
Tip me moss up. Flake.
Spring.
Good. Introductions are made. Wonderful. Now, where the fuck brings you up to my city?
What information? We
Doesn't
told you the
everybody?
person to speak to.
Yeah, you'd be correct on that one. But, as surely as you know, madame, information isn't given freely, is it? There's exchange that happens.
You've already spent some.
Oh, I'm aware. In fact, I don't even know why I'm here. I've been to get these degenerates out of trouble. I've got all the information I need.
Oh, is it? Horse!
You're supposed to take the shells off the pistachios first.
Now he tells me.
Right. So you degenerates, what information are you after then?
Well, there's a couple of very interesting mountains on this continent. I wonder if there's any.
We could have gone to tourist information for this, I'm sure.
I did.
Yeah. With the shadiest
She
guy.
don't go splunking.
Yeah, that's true.
Just if you've got any information on them, their history, interesting things going around in the area, anyone else interested in them, that sort of thing.
Alright, cool. So, so now I've got your side of the proposition. What is the offer to me? What am I to gain and benefit from handing this knowledge to you?
What do you want? That seems like a bigger question.
What have you got to offer?
Bank of mum and dad?
Skills are a fat
Bank of
sack
Mum's
of cash.
closed.
Yeah.
So you're offering your services then?
Or a sack of cash.
Depends on what the
Cash!
services are.
Cash is only as good as the intended.
I mean, we've got a lot of cash. It's not just like...
You ain't the only one.
No, like, we've got
I
a
own-
lot. Like,
Hey,
Will you shut up?
do you own a city?
May as well.
no, we own an entire continent. We don't really. I talk a lot of shit.
He does.
I can't help it. It's all these mushrooms.
Shut up.
What's mushrooms?
Right.
Sometimes I wish I'd memorized the silence spell.
So I'll cast it on myself.
Alright. So what are your skills then?
What is your name?
What is your quest? What is the capital of Assyria?
Wait, nobody knows that.
I feel like I've just entered an episode of Nightmare.
Should we just give them a business card and that would like do all of the...
Well,
Because we haven't introduced ourselves as ourselves, we've just introduced ourselves as individuals.
probably for the best.
Mm.
Breaking, entering, highway robbery, casing joints, gathering information on the streets, leading
Farsic,
rebellions.
high seas.
Piracy.
Ah, good.
Alchemy.
Now that...
Alchemy. Oh yeah, alchemy.
Oh, even better. That is now stuff that is negotiable and on the table then.
Alchemy on the high seas.
Quite literally.
I sing a mean ballad.
Well, I tell you what, if you crash here for the night, you can get up on our little stage out there and entertain the punters who come in for
I
drinks.
could burn this whole place down.
She could. She likes fire. She's very good with it. Yeah.
I'm assuming someone's ticked you off a little bit today then, darling.
Don't call me darling.
Okay then. Alrighty then. You want information on the Twin Black Peaks then?
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's easy to do. I have quite a bit of information on them. I know people who have information on them. I'm a man that always needs jobs doing. And there does happen to be a job in this particular city that needs to be done.
There always is.
Yes, there always is. It's hard to run a city when some people decide to get up themselves. Now, do you any of you all have any experience in taking down local authorities like magistrates or whatnot?
I'm sorry, did you wake up and have cornflakes this morning? Did someone piss in them? Of course we fucking have.
Yeah.
Just trying not to.
I am just
magistrates is the
I am just
problem.
asking a question.
How many?
Alright.
Is it 2 or 3 now? We've overthrown this.
5.
Yeah.
Very sure it's 5.
Okay.
We've been busy.
5 magistrates.
Well, one
No,
of my-
5 cities
Yeah.
we've taken
5
over.
Yeah.
Ah, so accomplished then.
Accomplished
Right.
warmongers. Yes.
I wouldn't call
There
it
is five.
warmongering. This isn't really a
Just
war.
split
This
them
is
up.
a.
Anyway, it's like
It's
5.
real estate.
They call it a robust
You
negotiation.
call it
We took
monopoly.
over Tavern, one of them towns to see sounds, technically it's ours now. Then we took back your town.
Yeah.
And
Trollvista.
yeah. Technically speaking, we took back Cloverdrift after it got fucking frozen. So 5. So if we went like schematics.
Yeah. So you have experience. Good. Well, a new governor or magistrate, whatever he wants to call himself on any given day of the week, has moved in and decided he's going to clean this town up.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
Your
sure.
town.
Yeah. My city.
Oh, so you want to be in charge?
I am in charge, dear.
Oh, Well, apparently you're not. Otherwise you would be.
No, he's trying.
Oh, I see.
And unfortunately, I don't leave the tavern.
Oh, I wonder why.
Not all of us have a pretty face or a gorgeous body to walk out into the sun with, darling.
Oh, no,
Thank
I
you very
thought you
much.
just might combust when you walked outside.
Some of us have issues.
I can tell.
So, and unfortunately, my guard, to which most of you seem to have had already a little run-in or issue with, tend not to leave.
He'd know about
Hey,
it.
I
He'd
think-
know about it if we had. I can assure you.
The pass will be given. I gained entry.
Ah, someone who does things correctly. Brilliant.
Oh, we made it in, didn't we?
Only by his
We
good
wait
graces.
until we're invited.
In fact, we were invited.
Seems pretty appropriate to me.
Because,
I guess up there.
yeah, you were invited in because you were seen to possibly be useful to me one way or another. And so far now, I've already found out you already will be, which is even better for my
Anyway, can we get on with this?
Okay, so the dick bag, what do you want doing with it?
I'm dead.
Okay.
Easy.
Easy.
It's
What's he
the
actually doing?
He is supplanting and bringing righteous guards in to rain down on certain things.
Righteous.
As in guards that he doesn't control.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. It's more, he's,
Holy.
now please don't get me wrong. I have nothing against the gods or any clerics or anyone who wants to believe in the gods. The gods are there and they're happy there and I'm happy for people to believe in them. But they don't really have a place in this city. And this guy is trying to wean in a church in this city, and I am not happy about it. Not
Which
one bit.
god? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I can tell you damn straight, it ain't a god that anyone here will want. Y'all heard of Bahamut? Yeah.
What
You see,
are
if-
those?
You see, and like that's the point when Click's just like covering the symbol Bahamut on his armor.
Who's
Yeah.
Bahamut?
He's the Platinum Dragon. The dragon that all metallic dragons worship to.
Ah,
Also known as one very lawful good dragon. Which, as you can probably imagine from the way the streets are out there, lawful isn't exactly something you can call this city. Not on that front anyways.
well, it's not on fire, so it can't be that bad.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually saw some bins being collected as well, so you know.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you
I
have
mean,
that
is that
point.
shit in the street?
It's got a very neutral smell to it.
Yeah, well, there are some laws within the city kept to maintain a certain amount of decency. Fighting, fucking in the street, fine. Taking a shit in the street's another matter. No one wants to be walking in that crap.
Quite literally.
Hey,
Hey, see what he did there?
but yes, this guy's coming in and he's trying to establish some new laws in this city, and no one's really taking it per se, so he's going a different method, rounding them up, brainwashing them, and turning them into his righteous guard.
We're talking forced conversions here.
Something like that, yeah. At least that's my understanding. Like I said, not much of a religious person myself, and I don't understand how all that shite works.
Now, I'm not exactly a sage or anything like that, but
Don't put yourself down.
I had
Put
you more as
yourself
an
down.
onion.
why the fuck would a deified dragon give two shits about what a bunch of humanoids believe?
You got me. This
Gods.
this guy has it in his head that he's doing some righteous thing for his god.
Why do any of the gods give a shit?
Well, as I'm given to understand, without the belief of mortals, gods don't exist. Or at least are extremely reduced in power.
So perhaps he's trying to gain more followers and gain more power?
Possibly, but
There you go.
It's one thing.
This went a bit philosophical. It's too early in the morning for this.
you say there's no other churches in the city,
There used to be temples, but
but you got rid of them.
oh no, they were gone long before even I rose to power. Good, somewhere early on in the say Third Age, They were destroyed after some red dragon or something or other ravaged most of the farmlands at the time.
Now, I've never been in a settlement in my life that hasn't got a fuckload of religion running around it, whether it's got temples or not.
So
People
welcome,
are religious. Yeah.
welcome to Farsic, the city with no gods.
Wait, are we
That's
in
what
Vegas?
you might think.
We found the
Is
Vegas.
this a sea? Is there any water in this place?
There's the river where you guys put the tavern down. Wasn't too far from the river in the forest next to it, so they do have access to fresh water.
Oh, okay. But is it inland? Is it far away from the sea? So would there be any pirate connection?
I'll put it this way: the tavern's parked there. You guys are here. There's the sea.
Oh, okay.
That we're very
Well,
yeah.
you could have thrown from the top part of it. Fucking hell. The god. God. Don't just anyone these days, apparently.
Grove, you say?
In the kind of middle, you see one of the kind of see like his little shadow sentry kind of walks in, hands him a missive, and just like disappears back out again.
Still waiting for my glass of wine.
Oh yeah, that's been brought in. Assuming that's been brought in like not long after you sat down. Kind of opens his missive up like,
Yeah, we know. Don't know how it's happened.
close the missive up and kind of puts the note on the table in front of you guys. Well, in front of him. So, you take out this magistrate, or this holy man, or whatever he is. Take down as much of these righteous guards as you wish, and then take this idiot's head on a spike and plant it out in front of whatever building he's held up in, which I think is one of the abandoned, now temples, down more the south side of the city. You do that, the information is yours. Do we have a deal?
Do we have anything more than just an abandoned temple amongst all the other abandoned temples on the south side of the city?
There's only one down there. You ain't gonna miss it. Trust me.
Wonderful.
You'll see it. It was abandoned, basically.
Yeah, or nay?
You could gamble for the information, but then you have a lot more to lose that way.
Death is the only option?
I want this guy man dead. I want his head on a pike as a symbol that you do not come to my city. And
Hold up.
around.
Yes, okay, I fully agree with the whole plan, whatever. But surely you'd want the privilege. What's viable?
Don't leave the tavern.
And then we bring him to you.
I don't want filth like that.
He's a broker, not a breaker.
I broker deals. I don't broker people.
Wow.
Close enough.
Well, that's kind of what you're doing at the moment, but we'll skim over that.
The deal is for you to kill him.
Yeah, I would call that a brokerage agreement.
How do we know that you, once that we've done this, you will actually give us the information? Because for all we know, we could just kill him and then actually, nah, I can't be wrong. Go
Well,
to
if he
another
doesn't,
job.
we go and kill him.
So maybe something to sweeten the deal.
I was hoping you'd get to that. Alright, in here now. You see this kind of sickly halfling kind of walk in.
Okay.
Very kind of well looked after, like leathers upon him. He pulls out a dagger and places what looks like a small petri dish like thing in the middle of the table. The broker puts his hand out, and you just see him as he stabs his index finger, and the broker just squeezes some of his blood out to the petri dish.
No thank you, I'm not.
This is a blood mage, or a blood horse, blood something. He specializes in blood. His ability is that the deals are made through blood. If one party should fail or not uphold their part of the agreement,
I mean, that's
It'll
not
be
bad
no.
by sweetening the deal, but alright.
you're getting information out of me. That's enough.
I meant
You'll be working for
the
me.
tiniest amount of information that would actually set us on the right track.
You're on the right track.
Wonderful.
You have room and board here. You're now theoretically as an employee of mine, so which means whenever you're in Farsic and you ever need room, you're welcome to stay here. You have a cheaper discount on the drinks here than anyone else who might stumble upon the password, as many of the prostitutes seem to know it now.
That's all to your favour.
I mean, I got room.
Also, what do you got? What else?
And I don't
What else-
kill
what
four
else
of
have
you
you
for
got?
barging into my tavern.
What else have you got? We've already got access to everything that you've just offered. You're going to need to be a little bit more persuasive than that, I think.
Take it or leave it. Let's make a persuasion check, actually.
I'll move down if you go.
I'm just don't understand why we would want to kill someone who's clearly just doing this thing.
Yeah. At most,
We're not like assassins.
No, at most, Springwood wants to take the
Well,
opportunity
I'm
to
just
persuade
like-
the guy to leave the fucking city to save his
And
own
we'll
life.
make a paper mache head.
Yeah.
Put on a stick outside the front.
And then tell the broker to take it or fucking leave it.
17. I forgot what 9 plus 8 was.
What would you like then?
Another solution. We have to kill the guy.
Assassination was not one of the skills we listed.
It may not be one of the skills you listed, but it was something you mentioned.
No.
You've killed before. What's wrong with killing again?
We've killed people that deserve to die.
This one deserves to die for encroaching on the city. He has no
No.
right.
He deserves to die in your eyes, not in ours. We'll make him leave, but I will not kill him. If you're so desperate for the help that you'll hire 5 strangers you've never met before to take care of this thorn on your side, which has clearly got to the point at which you want to get relieved of it, because you can't seem to do it
You?
yourself,
Off.
then take the methods of it.
I've got a few more months, at least until my last adventuring party comes back from the quest that they were sent on. In that time, you could have converted more than half of the city against anything,
Oh,
and who knows what other wretched
Exactly.
plagues
So
you can bring
take
upon
the
you.
offer of the help that you're being given and the methods that we will employ.
Or I
We
take
have
advantage
ideas.
of the party that literally lands in my lap and not slay you all where you sit.
Good luck with that.
That's when you hear about the better part of a few dozen crossbows clicking behind you.
Again, good luck with that.
Fine then. Deal's off the table. You're free to go.
Fine.
Just walk out.
I mean, killing someone for the sake of fucking killing them.
Nah,
It's a nice pub, by the way.
Thank you. As you're all kind of making your way back up and falling out, you get pulled over by the same guy who stopped you when you first came in.
Shrug him off immediately if he's just yanked me.
No, he's literally calling you over, kind of thing.
Right, okay.
He's not like, it's not tuggy, he's like,
Walk and talk at the same time.
well, I'll tell you it's not wise to refuse a deal from the broker. You might want to give it another look. It's not a platinum dragon this guy's praying to. It's an ancient red.
So,
He's using the platinum to cover it up.
so how come you know this and your boss doesn't?
Selected information that he gets given on certain things. He has nothing.
Donald Trump,
Right,
isn't it?
so
He's got nothing against the red dragon because it's not some religion or deity.
He's been
am
worshipped.
I
years.
hearing this? Or is this
This
just,
is just directly to him, and thieves can't. Oh, but you probably understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like hearing this as well, secondhand. It's some ancient red dragon this guy's actually worshipping, fronting as a platinum dragon.
Does the guy? I don't know, I'm not in the conversation, but do you mean the guy thinks he's worshipping a platinum
Yeah.
dragon as a red dragon, or he knows it's a red dragon? He's telling everyone it's platinum.
He doesn't know.
He
What you're getting worked out is this guy knows this guy that
The guy is
it's an actual
worshipping
red
it.
dragon he's worshipping towards. Whether the guy in doing
Knows.
it knows is another question entirely.
So I'll sidle up and and the thieves going, so who's actually in charge here? Because it's obviously not him.
Is it an autonomous collective?
I didn't vote for you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Are you guys interested in having another little conversation before you leave?
Always.
Just a quick one.
Famous last words.
It's never a quick one.
You're about on this kind of the second level down into this area, and he kind of pulls you over to a side room, which looks very eerily similar to the little room you were in with the broker. This guy kind of goes around and sits on the table, fully pulls off his hood and down his mask, and it's what you thought was a half-elf wasn't. It was a high elf. Not too dissimilar looking from what the broker is. My apologies for the puppet downstairs. Most people who tend to find their way in here without a password are ones I can't trust. I'm the broker. The guy downstairs is just a pale imitation I use to throw off unwarded such. That's why he
He's
doesn't want
half
to let
dragon,
dragon.
isn't he?
He was experimented on.
Oh,
And
one of them.
that cloak is hiding some horrible wings that he can't even fly with. That's why he's kept it down there. It's also why none of the guards leave. Because should he get out, those who experimented on him might find him again. And
Wow.
I wouldn't necessarily like that. He's under my employ.
It's
Therefore,
the
he's
same people that they've experimented on. We've already killed them.
I don't know, maybe. Where did these experiments take place, if you don't mind me asking?
far from here, another continent. I
Big
can't.
Isles?
I couldn't tell you. He doesn't remember much before he washed up on the shores here
Okay.
and brought to me.
Oh, nasty.
But yes, I cannot tell you whether this man knows he's praying to a red or worshipping a red dragon or not. But he's parading it as Bahamut. Now, the last time I remember here telling of a red dragon upon this continent, majority of the farmland had disappeared. It took the heroes at the time the Night's End to put a stop to him. My understanding, he seems to have come back and now wants to be worshipped as a god of some sorts. And this asshole wants to bring that worship into this city. I have no love for that.
There's a lot of that about at the moment.
Yeah.
So, please, put a stop to this person. Kill him if you can. If you wish to just turn him out of the city, fine. But I want this man gone. I want an example made of him. So that everyone else knows not to be trifling like that in my city. Do this. The information is yours. Free room and board will be here whenever you need it. Same with much cheaper drinks. And we can set up a connective sense of information and work. Should you need work for whatever reason, I can procure it. If you have work that needs to be done, I can find those to do it for you. If you need information, I can get it. I asked this one job.
Slight
You had
hand-
one job!
Slight hands out of Raven's cloak business card. Hands over.
I seem to have had the right party drop in my lap then.
Well,
The information
we
given
didn't exactly drop.
Well, technically we
We
did.
landed, and then
However you guys got to.
and then we quite specifically sought you out.
I'm asking a few questions.
Yes.
All right.
Anything else before I send you wonderful people on your merry way?
Do you reckon this is the guy that we're looking for anyway?
This guy,
No. The red dragon fucker.
the guy that's worshipping him. Well, he's someone that we want to take out because he's being a bit of a champion of that red dragon, and you know.
He's certainly somebody we should be having a chat with, isn't he?
Might just be a
No.
misguided
Steve.
person, you know, in which case we should re-educate and
He
send
might-
them on their way to be a better and more
Said it
productive.
is-
I think it's
It
safe
is
to say
worth
that
it.
our interests are aligned in this particular matter.
Yar!
It's worth a look now. Now that we have the whole information, and we're actually talking to the right person, not some jumped up idiot that wants to work with blood mages.
Yeah. That's a little bit showy.
He's a showman. But
He needs
In
to
our
work
line
with
of work,
space
we don't
direction
do
a bit
blood
really,
mages.
if you ask me, but no.
Especially ones that could potentially come back to bite us on the ass.
any form of blood magic can do that if you're not careful enough.
Exactly, that's why.
Which is why I tend to keep my blood mage a secret.
Well,
You
I
might
won't
want to
tell
have a
if
chat
you
with your
don't.
man then.
That wasn't my blood mage.
Well, I gathered that.
Okay. But yes. Are we accord then?
Yar.
Yar?
Yar?
Yes.
Yar.
Kind of
We'll look into your draconic fella for
pulls
you.
out the scroll, unfurls it. Obviously I sign every contract I kind of do immediately, just so it's ready off on the board. If the five of you do not mind just signing as well, just to make it legally binding. This is an agreement and a partnership.
I know, right?
Well, the way
Has
I
anyone
see
read
it, the way I see it, this is a local feller
With
asking some visitors to do him a favour, and that's all I'm going to agree to.
I mean, that's a long contract. I haven't got time to read over
Exactly.
that.
And do we really need information about those fucking mountains?
I think, considering the history of them, little of it that we know already.
We
it's
can just
worth
fly
it.
there and have a look.
And what are we flying into?
Oh, who fucking cares? We can-
Anti-aircraft cannons.
We
Yeah.
can get the fuck out at the rate of knots.
You presume.
Who can fly a tavern?
You can.
Exactly. Doesn't mean I can get us out of that danger if something.
Do you want to sign a legally binding contract to get some fucking
I'll
get some
shake your
words
hand.
out of your man here? I reckon we just go.
Three people to speak the same language. It should be sufficient.
There we go. Oh, you gotta be careful with those fuckers as well. You never know. You never know what if he's employing blood mages. You never know what he's fucking.
Says
got
at
out
the
of
bottom
his
here,
head.
we'll sign over all rights of Golden
Fine,
Marauders.
I know it's something to a hag
branding
anyway, so
rights
maybe I
go.
could pass it to him and then it's a long story.
You might want to get yourself checked.
Oh please. He should probably get himself checked.
Seriously, that's why you need some clerics in this city, so you get cure disease spells. It'd be really useful, particularly given all the prostitutes around the place. Unless you have people that got like a care plan in place for them already, you know?
Careful, next thing's a hairball.
The druids tend.
Next thing's unionization, you bitch.
The druids tend to come in and help with that a little bit
All
more.
their,
Oh, cool.
all their holistic healing
Yeah.
powers.
The rubber emphasis of it.
Stand aside! This man needs marjoram.
Okay, fuck it, let's go find this dude.
Have a nice chat. Nice chat.
Exactly. We don't need to.
If you have some of the
Full of
informational
violence.
pamphlets ready, in case they're just a misguided you, you need to bring into a
Well, I've
better
got
path.
I've got my Shantae
One
pamphlet.
I'd like to hear the story when we come back. Of how a high elf ends up in your position.
Well,
Ooh, stories.
when you complete the job, I think a few rounds of drinks and some storytelling would definitely be needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Shall we?
Onward!
Adventure!
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What's the password going to be when we get back?
Oh yes.
Or
That.
do I just poke the ogre in the eyes and hope for the best?
Don't do that. He's
Violent?
not necessarily violent, but
Sensitive? Oh no.
yeah.
Oh.
There's a thing about eyes.
Yeah.
The password is, I'm not drunk enough. I wish to die.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah,
bit
it's
dramatic,
a
that, isn't it?
What's in it?
Yeah,
It
but I've
doesn't
never
change.
met a drunk person saying they wish to die like that.
Oh, I have. Especially the morning after.
They're not drunk then, they're just hanging.
Oh no. When you mix grog like much, purser, you're still pissed in the morning. I can assure you.
Oh god,
That sounds like a
Calvin
good way to
Johnson
wake
there
up.
again.
But yes, enjoy. You guys head off out, and once you get round to the south end of
Oh no! Before we go, what's the ogre's name?
don't actually even know that.
Ogre.
Steve.
I'm going to call him
Farsic.
Sweet Cheeks.
Trick.
Oleg.
See, my head wants to give him a proper name like Brutus or something like that, but that's just gonna be too painfully obvious. His name's
Daisy.
Pinky. Pinky.
Yeah.
On the way out, just going, see you later, Pinky.
I'm going to slap his ass and say, all right, Pinky.
See you later,
I'm on
Pinky.
shift.
I've got my eye on you.
Put a fiver in his top pocket. There you go.
You're probably the only one who can. Probably.
Yeah, okay.
There's a really old picture of a team office basketball trials and a short guy trying to reach up and put his name on it and not big enough to even write his name on the machine. That's what that reminds me of. Oh no.
That's why you go for the trials pocket instead.
Yeah, so you guys head off towards the south side of the city. It doesn't take you that long to find it, and it's we're gonna when we get there, we'll go have a quick little break instead now. We'll pick up all that action when we come back.
Oh, suits you, sir.
So we'll be back about 5-10 minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Lovely.
And we are back. Sorry about that. A few random fuck-ups that happened during the break and just trying to sort out, and all is good. Everyone is happy, I think. I hope. Everybody happy?
How'd you do a long rest on D&DB?
Manage.
So if you go
Manage it all.
manage, just because you got the awkward one.
So look at your. So, it should be a managed character button somewhere. Mine's like right next to my name. Just married,
I still
manage,
got it on here.
and then you just click, scroll down to short rest or long rest, wherever it is.
No, I do not have it on here still.
Yes. So you guys leave the Underlaw and head off to the south part of the city. Doesn't take you guys long to find where these picketing religious folk
There we go.
are. They make themselves quite known. Has anyone's ever walked through any town center with people like that praising the worth of God? I literally had someone do that to me the other day, and I literally threw it back in their face because they didn't get the hint the first time.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the pleasure of speaking to them.
Yeah, these people are out there, and you literally
Let's come back.
have these people handing out pamphlets, and on the front of that, it seems to be about a platinum dragon, about the worship of the platinum dragon Bahamut. One of you guys could probably grab one of these pamphlets and read it, and it's like, I hand over to Click, and Click's just like, this is nothing what the platinum dragon resembles at all, and it has a lot more in line with destruction, death, and taking over, but done in such a way that it doesn't seem like that if you just have a quick glance at it. Kind of thing you have to read.
Smart ones.
So going in, you guys managed to, through probably some silver tonguing and things like that, working your way into into the now occupied temple. You do find a few kind of people that are trying to worship. A very failed attempt at it from any cleric's point of view as well. So eventually you see this man dressed in just kind of plain platinum-like robes with little red subtle hints, like his freaking little big scarf thing they wear is red, his hat's red, and that kind of things like that. And it's like,
So not platinum.
yeah, not platinum, but the robe he's wearing, and only the robe is platinum. And he said they're preaching out, worshippers unto Bahamut himself. May he rain upon the fires that will wash away the sins of all. And things like that.
Hey, Click, do you
Yeah?
you wanna kill this brick?
False idol of my god?
Yeah, pick up.
That's true. Anyway. As you guys kind of wander up, it's like, oh, look at this. Look at these heroes coming forth. One wearing the symbol of Bahamut himself. Look how amazing they are, coming to praise to the worship and bask in the all.
You're a fucking idiot.
I beg your pardon, sir.
You know about as much about Bahamut as I know about whatever the fuck you bathe in which smells that bad.
I don't think it smells that bad.
I've smelled goblin corpses better than you.
If you're going to act like that, sir, I'm going to have to ask you kindly to leave. And you kind of hear the sound of about 7, what look like knights wandering up, full metal.
They're all gathering together.
Wonderful.
Full
plan is
metal,
working.
all pulling out great swords, ready to come in the strike. I'm going to have to ask you, politely of course, to leave this establishment.
You understand that what you're saying about Bahamut is completely fucking wrong, yes?
I don't know what I am spreading the word.
No, you're not.
The good word.
No, you're not. You're spreading the word of a red dragon, not a Bahamut.
But that is a serious accusation. You're not one of faith, are you?
No, but
okay, I
he
am.
is. Points quick.
Me technically too, but just by mistake.
You stumbled into it.
Well, this blatant heresy will not be had.
Heresy.
You're
Yes,
the heretic.
heresy in what will be the new temple. Warriors, take them down.
Okay.
Roll initiative, boys.
I'm not interested in knowing who to fuck with.
Oh,
Are you on form again?
yeah, 2.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we should be doing this.
It's the wrong one, isn't it?
That's a a D10, not a D20.
Oh, sorry, I'm
You're really handicapping yourself there.
old school.
Wow.
Okay.
That's better.
Woohoo!
That'll be a good solid 23.
Right. Okay.
Oh, well done. Not a 1.
Well, I've got a +2 to initiative now, which is nice. I used to have a flat 0.
Black Hand, 23, yeah? Lisabel?
15.
It's fine under healer, so
Spring?
I'll just mop
29.
And Flake.
4.
Somehow not last.
What?
Whoa!
Jesus Christ.
The Knights.
No!
Oh, wow.
They have a +0.
We are the knights who roll 1.
We have the Knights who roll 1. You should say 1 every time you roll it.
I'm not even going to get a turn.
Any
Just
distant
go
relation to me?
No, that's me.
That's
Right
nice.
on.
Nil.
No. What?
We're the knights who say
Nil.
So, let us. Neil, first of all.
No, that is a vegetable.
I'm not going to dignify that with a response. If that's
You
okay.
just did. A non-response would be silence.
Bah. That's
Meh.
my response. Let me sort the music out and then we'll get into this tantalizing combat.
Ooh, tantalizing.
Oh, tantalizing me. Tantalize me.
Titillating.
Yeah.
Don't
Gladiators,
frown us
TV show.
So, top of the initiative is Spring. You guys are clustered kind of together and you're surrounded like 3 on one side, 4 on another side.
And Dick
Okay.
did it.
And Dick at the head. I mean, but he's not an initiative. He's not a combatant. He's just a... he's just like staying out of this completely.
He thinks he's not a commander.
Yeah, he thinks he's not a combatant.
That's what he thinks.
I'll let Click have that one.
Cool. So 3 on one side. So 3 to your right, 4 to your left.
That was swashbuckler. You know what I'm going to do.
You know,
Click the boots of haste. 2 blades out. We're
Yep.
going left, boys.
Yeah.
yep. I'm
Just
just
work round in a circle.
make your attack.
Full speed. That'll be... you boys. Ooh, mixed bag. Need to get on my actions page. Yes, so we've got a 32 to hit, a 17 to hit, and the offhand is a 28 to hit.
Alright. All but 17 hit. The 17 bounces off plate armor.
God damn, no fucking plate armor, bitch! I need to get my fucking dice out. Somewhere or another, I wasn't expecting combat tonight, so my fucking damage dice are all packed away still.
Right. So, like I said, if combat was going to be tonight, it was going to be Theater of the Mind, just because, like...
Yep.
You may have packed mini for you the other day.
That's 16, 24, 24, 38, 41,
Manage
51,
find books and dragons.
Sorry?
Did you manage find books and dragons?
Yeah.
52 points of damage.
You walk up to the first one,
Run.
walk to the first one, slash his throat, hit the armor with your second strike, and then as you're coming in with the offhand, just deepen that cut in the throat as this guy has not even had a chance to make even a swing yet. Just make it pull out his greatsword, make it threaten.
And then continue on past because I've got a stupid amount of movement and just ring round to the other side. Out of reach.
You're already at, like, you walked onto a line, you're already out of reach of the next person,
Yeah.
so...
I'm just making it very clear these guys are at past.
Cool, yep.
I'm not going to be wherever I want to be, whenever I want to be there.
Black, you're up.
Well, what have I got around me?
You got 3 on one side, 3 on the other.
Kniggets!
Kniggets.
With gigantic, massive two-handed swords.
Massar 200 swords. I remember those.
They're currently about probably 6-7 feet away from where you are. You guys kind of clustered around kind of together and they kind of started coming in, so probably about 10 feet away from you.
So are they? And they're all looking. They're all looking to attack.
Oh yeah, they've been given the order to attack you guys and basically get rid of you as any physical way they can find.
They call us heretics, so.
And the 3 of them is all there is.
There's 3 on either side, so you got 6 altogether.
Right.
3 to your left, 3 to your right.
Ah, excellent. Is there anybody in front of me?
Yes, the idiot clericman or nobleman.
What about these two? What about my party members?
Like, literally, they're all. You guys can decide
Are we
exactly,
rolling
exactly
deck
where
saves?
you
Is that what
are.
you're saying?
So I'm
thinking of creating a wind wall that just like slams them up against the wall behind them. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't get any of these guys in there as well.
Well, you can do it in a way that you wouldn't get anyone else.
Yep.
There we go. We're going for all
we
the
go.
nights.
So let me just look up the old.
Spell sheet. It's just good fireball.
Actually, I've
Just
actually
blow up the top
tanned
building.
it up.
Do I not have a description of the spell?
No, when you point them out, they don't give you a description. It's just really
What is it?
fucking annoying.
Wind wall.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Who can find it first?
Wind wall. Range 120 feet. Concentration up to 1 minute. Wall. Strong wind rises from the ground at a point you choose within range. Make the wall up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick. Shape the wall in any way you choose, as long as it makes one continuous path along the ground. The wall lasts for the duration. When the wall appears, each creature within this area must make a strength saving throw. The creature takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. And bloody last talk about arrows, fog, smoke, gases, small creatures.
Stand.
Yeah.
So your plan uses it on all the knights around you then? Just to push
Yeah.
them,
So I'll create a wall in front of the party, and then I'll just push it back on them.
You can make it in a circle and make it so it pushes the knights out.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the main cleric man, the guy who's been preaching, isn't part of the combat technically.
Well, he's going to be in a minute.
Great minds, mate. He doesn't think he's a man.
What?
He doesn't believe he's an initiative, but we can soon disabuse him of that fucking notion.
Alright, what is your spell DC? Be at the top of your spell sheet.
My spell save DC is 15.
15.
My spell attack bonus is plus 7.
That's if you're using ranged touch attacks.
Okay.
And you got a +3 on strength.
Can we turn the music down a little bit, please? Thank you.
He's getting a bit mug in his old age.
I just can't hear the click clacks.
One
That's
fail.
aesthetics.
Said 15, yeah?
Yeah.
2
I
failed.
like as a printer.
Right, so 4 of them failed, 2 of them succeeded. We'll make it even, so 2 on each side fail, and they take 3d8 bludgeoning damage each.
Oh, actually got some.
So it's not Quickens hair.
No, I've got.
Quick, get it to dinner. I'm cutting him.
It's all Sticky's got.
First one takes a healthy 4 points of damage. We'll keep that, that's a 5. Second one takes 11, 13. Next one takes 7, 13, 14. And the last one takes 3, 8, 10.
Ooh.
Not bad.
So you've now, and they obviously get them pushed away as well a bit. So
Yeah,
now
they're basically stuck against the wall until they.
They take half damage on a successful save.
all right. Roll 3d8 twice again.
That's 15, so that's what? 7.
Once more.
Oh, no, 15, that's 18, so that's 9.
I'm just imagining this resounding clang.
Yeah. And
So their first sudden rush of.
and I believe they have to take a strength check in order to like move away from the wall.
Yep. Cool. They can eventually do that when it comes eventually around to their turn if they live long enough. Anything else? Or is it just going to do that?
We have a bonus action.
I do have a bonus action.
Flip them off. But in a really, really showy way, so it takes up the whole bonus action.
Yeah, well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like in a very calm and methodical way take my bow out, knock an arrow, and aim it directly into the cleric's face.
Yep.
Nice.
Isabel.
Hey, I'm going to do something I haven't actually done yet since I got it.
Show mercy.
Oh shoot, I got mercy!
Never gonna happen.
No, I'm gonna fucking sprout my dragon wings.
Ooh.
You have dragon wings.
I've got dragon wings.
Sprout.
Yes.
Alright.
They can hide. That's a bonus action.
Right.
So I am going to fucking do that and then take off, and then I am going to cast Immolation on the little fuckers that are pushed against the wall.
Cool, so it's 4 of them are pushing against the wall, 2 on one side, 2 on the other.
Can only do one of them. I can't use another bonus action, so.
Cool. You can roll a d6 if you want to pick your target, because they're literally.
Hang on, I thought you said there's 4.
Oh yeah, 4. Yeah.
I'm rolling
Well,
to
there's 6 of them left in total. Just take
Yeah.
them all. It's all.
Yeah.
Take it one, so I get it.
I want one that gets full.
Alright, you want to get
It's
that.
contestant number 3.
Cool. And he's like a save, doesn't he?
He does indeed.
Which is a.
Dex 16.
Cool. They don't have any dex bonus. That's a 12. He fails.
Okay. Here you go.
That noise.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh,
Oh
what?
no.
The hell is this?
It's crap.
It
Ones,
is.
ones, and ones.
Mainly 2s.
Not as bad as ones.
I've got A1. The 24 points of fire damage, and then they take 4d6 at the beginning of their turn.
So at the beginning of his next turn, this guy's gonna die.
Right.
One
Because he has 1 HP left.
Oh, what?
Oh.
You've done a flake!
So sorry,
Wait,
this
there's
was
a chance I can
actually
actually
2?
kill someone.
Well, there's still technically 6 alive.
Yeah, true.
It's just very, very bloody and, yeah. Fuck's sake.
Click's turn.
I'm just like casually hovering in the air.
Casually hovering in the air.
Not like at ground level, like high up.
Casually blister the skin with fire spells.
This guy's got like literally covered in 3rd-degree burns now.
Yeah.
Human brisket.
With mighty magic craft.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
I was going to do the same for at the end of its turn, so if it fails it takes the fire damage then.
Yep, something like that.
But yeah.
Just pre-roll.
Yeah.
4.
Dead.
Bah. Now I was roll a decent roll.
There were too many of them. They just got confused.
Yeah. You're fired. They need to be cleansed. They've been fired.
Click's gonna follow somewhat suit, and he's gonna do a sacred flame on one of them.
Not contestant number 3, please. I want the pleasure.
No, it's already like that one's off limits because by the time it hits his turn, he's dead.
Good.
Take the extra damage.
Wonderful.
Yep, and that guy failed. 3. He's at 8.
Seems awfully quiet today.
Yeah, 22 points of damage from that one. 2 8s and a 6. Cool. That's that. And he's just like, no need heal? No heal?
No,
Okay.
no, no.
He's gonna wait.
But yeah.
No one's been hit yet.
Flake. You get a turn!
I get a turn.
Congratulations!
How many of them are lined up in a straight line conveniently?
Well, thanks to Windwall, none. They're all now. You basically got. So basically, you guys are here. You got 2 here and 2 here.
They've been blasted sideways.
Yeah, because they kind of got pushed out with it. So they're within like both groups are within 10 feet of each other.
Oh. It depends. I mean, this will hit everybody in the room. How do people feel about insects?
Well, if it's your spirit guardian things, they'll only attack the ones.
No. Insect plague. It's a 300-foot
Fucking hell. Collateral damage time.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, it's range difference, but it's a 20-foot spear.
Right.
If it's only two that are in 20 feet of each other.
Well, no, there's three. There's two lots of three, and they're all within 10 feet of each other in those two groups.
Okay, so I can hit one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do that. I've not used it before. So it's a con save of 18 for.
So we'll go for the ones that are more on the health side, not the ones about to
Yeah,
die.
sure.
So con 18, yeah.
Yes, please.
They have a +4.
And I'll run it.
21 on the first one, 9 on the second, and 15 on
Okay,
the
so
third.
two
So
fail.
one- yep.
Is it half damage? Oh, it is dodge. Wait. Oh. Sorry, I'm apt. A bit funny. Hey, Fluff. Hang on. Cat, not now.
Love me!
Pippin!
Love me,
I'm here.
human!
Oh, there it is. Yeah, so half damage on the save. So
Cool.
let's roll it. Let's see what happens. I'll do on here because I can't be bothered. 27 damage.
27.
Yeah. And
Tasty.
Nice.
Then, and
Cool. One of those guys died.
then, yeah.
One looks really bloody as fuck, and the other is pretty fucking hurt.
Gruesome.
Like, you just see them in their full plate armor, like, one of them just starts, like, he's already got
Yeah.
blasted with radiant, with sacred flame, kind of thing, and now it's just like, you see these insects calling in, and it's just like blood starting to come out of any gap.
And,
And same with the
Wonderful.
other two, but they're, like, still, like,
yeah.
holding
Yeah.
up.
And they've got to make,
Delightful.
they got to make a con save on their start their turn.
And it's the start of their turn. So that one that you immolated dies now. Nice, and we got 4 left. So, same con save, yeah?
Yep, 18.
1 fail.
Oh dear.
It's cocked.
That's a lot
2
of damage.
fail. 3 fail.
Oh my god.
All 4 of them failed.
This
The
is
highest
gonna
was
be
like,
a
the
lot of
highest
damage.
one got 16. Fuck,
How
they
does
roll.
44 points of damage sound?
Oh my god!
To each of... They're all dead.
They just got plagued to death.
6 seconds flat.
So, the total points, the most healthiest one had 40 hit points left.
Ooh.
The next one had 24. Then 11. Then 5.
Literally ripped through with, what was that? I guess they're just like wasp type things. Just
Fucking-
burrowed straight through their bodies.
Okay, what was that spell?
Insect plague.
That's pretty nasty.
It is nasty.
So this all happens. This all
I did
happens.
use level 7.
Okay, that makes a bit
Yeah,
more sense.
that's fair enough. Yeah, they
Why not?
come in. These knights all surround you, about to forcefully eject you from this temple. Spring
Oh, no.
runs off quickly, dispatches one by kind of finding
No.
a gap in its helm and kind of throw open. 4.
You booped him! You booped him!
Yeah,
Like he was calling the elevator.
Yeah.
You're not impressed, are you, mate?
No,
Nope.
please release me.
So at the start of this combat, Spring runs around to one of them, slices his throat open in the gap between the helm and his plate. A wind wall is forced 4 of them out. One of them gets immolated, another one gets sacred flame, and then the rest of them all die by having insects burrow into their skin and eat them and destroy them out.
There
And
weren't any bees in those swarms, were there?
Are these insects? Yes.
Yeah.
Then possibly. It's insect plague. It doesn't specify which one.
Yeah.
All the insects.
Uh-oh.
It's all the
Vanish off the spell zone.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And that-
concentration up to 10 minutes, so it's up to me.
Which means you start crying.
To start.
At that point, the man, the priest, cleric, whatever you want to kind of call him at this point, is about like, heathens, blasphemy! This is not. And Click just walks up and it's like, no, you. And just stabs this guy through the chest, just like with his big spear. And it's like, no. Then pulls out the platinum blade, the blade literally created by scale of the
maybe
platinum
we should
dragon.
show him that to start.
And cuts his head off. And just.
Clicks us.
Well,
Click goes.
I'll put this arrow away then, shall I?
Deal done.
You can see yeah.
You could use it. You could be the spike.
Yeah.
I slowly pick the head up and go straight back.
It's like you guys like we walk in and be like, it's been literally like 4 minutes.
Yeah. You walk in, it's literally been like an hour and a half.
Here you go.
I mean, really.
Now, of course,
I
does beg the question.
Anything
Hey, Pinky.
harder next time?
I mean, I was expecting talent. I wasn't expecting that much talent. I'm speechless. I genuinely don't know what.
At that point, Belle pulls out the business card and went, "You have heard of the Golden Marauders, haven't you?"
Okay. So, you guys are ones with many talents, then.
Many
Sure,
talents.
That will be your password. If any of you ever come through, I'll make sure that Pinky and the other guard knows as well that if you guys come in and say we are ones with many talents, this should be your own particular entry into this one, and not to use the one the others.
Wonderful.
So does that get us a VIP?
Are you
package?
saying now we get to use
Yes.
the tradesman's entrance?
Hey!
Basically, yes. If any of you, for instance, I do happen to have a teleportation circle, so if someone wants to learn that, they'll have an easier time getting here.
Show me.
One of my assistants, and you've got one of the other kind of shadow rogues kind of pops up. This way, ma'am.
So you've got a dossier for us or something?
In a sense.
Fancy word.
He kind of pulls out a bit of a sheet.
Just a sheet.
Just a sheet. It's like, now,
Duvet cover, mattress cover.
Pillow car.
Oh, I got a weighted blanket today.
Ooh!
I'll let you know how it goes.
Jules loves hers.
Anyway.
yes. Now,
They're saying that I have him as a blanket. So.
now, the information on the two black peaks are scarce at best. Most who go there tend not to come back. Worn up. And the odd one or two who have been told of random weird things to go on there. So much so that they will not explain too much.
Okay.
But I have managed to procure some information from those who may have lived a little bit longer than even elves can.
I understand that a lot of tradesmen avoid it at all costs.
Yes, it's not something they'd wish to bargain with, because it's mountains and, well, dangerous creatures live in those mountains.
Yes, and sometimes it's an easy through road, so kind of understand the logic of that questioning.
Exactly. Most I can tell you is that those mountains have definitely existed for longer than anyone else can remember. In the original First Age, after the Arcane Wars, the 7 Lords of Sin called that place home for a while. Understanding that their defeat, the opposing army had laid their bodies within one of those mountains, now forever known as the Tomb of the Seven Sins, or the Seven Lords. Over the years of the Second Age, a young red dragon found his way into there and made it his home. Grew up there and so forth, became a bit of a nuisance behind this area. This is also long before my own time. Caused a lot of problems, burned down a lot of the farmlands around this area, and was a general nuisance for the most part. Until a group of adventurers back then went in and supposedly killed him. Now, of course, these rumors are now completely dashed, since with the arrival of his exact kind and making in Capeson, not but a couple of months ago. Not much more is to be said about the place.
What evidence have you got to say it's the same dragon?
Those who were alive.
His Instagram page.
Those who were
That is
alive.
Bieber page.
Strange birthmark, perhaps.
Name tag.
Birthmark, shaped birthmark.
It's been 2 months since the attack in Capeson by the 5 dragons. Those who have traveled this way and married through have talked about his tyrannical laugh, the way he does things. And they
Spring
said,
starts pulling out their research notes on the different dragons. We fucking know it's the same fucking dragon, okay? We've done the research.
No, or he meant
we found
in the
research.
second age, you dozy cat thing.
You don't... Has the grog addled your brain? This is what I'm saying. It's the same fucking dragon as the one in the second age.
Alright.
The dragon in the second age was banished to the plane of fire by the heroes. He's now back.
well, they're not sure it's the plane of fire. They apparently say that he had his own separate plane, which might abide to why he's considered mad nowadays. 1,000+ years on your own can't be good. But most I can tell you now about the particular mountain, which is several times and several accounts that I've had noted is the one on the eastern side, is to be haunted.
Oh, well.
They say apparently either the seven lords themselves, ghosts, still wander the tomb and haunt it, or another who is said to have perished there fighting the dragon. We don't know which is true, we don't know which is which, but it's something.
Love a good ghost story.
Isn't everywhere haunted? Everywhere haunted?
Where our tavern's gonna be, seems we just fucking landed it on an Indian burying ground. Who
Right,
knows where we
that's-
picked up?
The western peak is slightly different. They say some temple of some sorts is cradled at the top, very top of it. I don't know
That's
many.
the eastern peak.
No, the western. Yeah, the western peak is the one with the temple. The eastern peak is the Tomb of the Seven Lords.
Right. Excellent.
The western peak, like I said, there's said to be some temple at the top of it. Now, the going rumor is any adventurer or soul seeker or fortune delver who finds his way to the top of that is to be granted one wish or something of it. Whether that's actually true is another question entirely. Of course, this is what happens when adventurers go off rumor milling and things like that. But there's said to be something up there worth the trouble it would to climb that mountain, if anyone would so wish.
We don't need to climb. We can just talk.
Badges. We don't need your stinking badges.
But yes, that is what I can tell you of those two towers, at least at the minute.
Okay.
If you wish, I could wait till some of my other adventurers come back and see if any of them would be up for a trip up there. But the earliest ones won't be back for another couple of months at least.
Fucking no, we need
No. We'll just go in.
Although, earlier on Sweden in the deal was mentioned that I was rather foolish because they did not ask, do you have any honey?
Honey?
Yeah.
No, I have some jars of honey downstairs. Yes. I can give you a jar of honey.
Thank you.
And you see one of the servants comes in. This is like one of the waiters this time, not one of the shadow rogues. He's like, yes, procure our new tabaxi friend here. Spring, was it?
Yeah.
Jar of honey, please. Anything else? Yes, I think a round of drinks for the table as well. Will be much provided. Needed. Thank you very much. About 5 minutes pass by. Jar of honey and a round of drinks, what you all have ordered beforehand, are brought to the table. Now, another question was asked before you guys departed upon your venture. Albeit a quick one of that. And that was how I got to this station. Well, I grew up in this city.
Could I have a piece of toast, please?
You brought a piece
A
of
high
toast.
elf grows up here, pal.
My parents were not of that kind of fortune. We were down on our lucks. I'm not sure how much you know of the continent to the west, Crawdoon.
How much do I know of that?
Probably not too much. It's a very jungle-based continent. With many dangers. You may have traveled along the Crick area, which is on the western side of that continent, where a lot of more wood elven in the very kind of like backwater hick towns in America you might get are more akin to that kind of thing with boomsticks and things like that. But for the most part, it's like the continent itself has a tendency of the Yanti, the snake people, having more control over it, and they're very, very territorial even amongst each other. So those who tend to wander onto that continent have a sake of like, cool, we're coming in guns blazing, or we're not going in at all, kind of thing.
I have a passing familiarity with it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're probably one of the very few high elves that survived the decimation of Nidalin. I think it's Nidalin. It's been so long since the story's been explained to me. The city that used to be there, where we used to have. And my ancestors made their way here. Now, at the time, this city here was vastly different. Military controlled, and then one day the military just up and left. Thought they have enough of this shit and realized that it was costing them more money and more effort to contain these non-law-abiding citizens than it was just to let them run amok. As long as no monsters get into the city and destroy it, or some necromancer comes down from the mountains and destroys it all, they feel they're doing their job well. Then the city's inhabitants ran amok and decided to cause chaos. So, my father, being the ever vigilant businessman, decided there's a profit to be made here. Talk to the right people, put the right people in the right taverns, the prostitutes in the right streets, and one thing led to another, to which my father had been granted some say over how the city is led. Now, lead to about 20, 30 years down the line, and, well, you do this kind of business, you're bound to make enemies. And my father made plenty of enemies. So, he was out one day, minding his own business, paring upon the town that he had a grand owning to, and, well, one lucky asshole got a shot off. Arrow right between the eyes. And then the entire business and empire fell onto my shoulders. And I thought, well, I'm not going to make the same mistake. So I'll never leave that fucking door. Too many people will want my head for the sake of owning a city full of drunken shitheads, prostitutes, and some guards that defend it. I get adventurers like yourselves coming in here all the time, mostly not anywhere near as strong as you lots are. Some people who want some quick gold or a bit of earning cash here and there. Well, there's always some people who want something. Some rich ne'er-do-wells on another continent want some exotic eggs from some monster that doesn't exist anywhere near them. And send some hunters. Some adventurers go get it. Someone wants to make a fresh cloak of rock feathers. Well, the mountains up to the north are known to have giants, and rocks tend to live up there as well, so adventurers, or 5, will go up there quite handily for the right amount of gold. I found a way to make profit in a city that can't. Not even my father managed this much. So eventually, I figured that
It's difficult to make a profit when you got an arrow sticking out your face.
True. Very true.
Seems quite detrimental.
So, for the fact that I actually bring this city a sense of profit, adventurers need places to stay, taverns to drink out of, supplies to gain, and...
Prostitutes to frequent.
Exactly. Doesn't matter. I usually find it doesn't matter what's between your legs or which way you swing. You'll find something you like one way or the other. So...
Yeah, that's entirely a matter of location.
To some people it is.
Yeah.
There's a saying that goes around between of certain adventurers. What happens in Farsic stays in Farsic.
Unless it follows you in your pants.
You gotta go to the clinic.
There are plenty of priests
finding
out
our-
Druid.
There
There are plenty of druids out there, druids and clerics out there, who for a small coinage will clear up any
Issues.
we'll
just rub
say
margarine
that.
around on this and you're good.
Well, anyway, any downstairs mix-ups.
But yes. by all means, please. Have a few more drinks upon the house here. You're welcome to stay here if you need somewhere to crash. And if you don't mind, I am going to go and partake in some gambling downstairs. I think I have a few more coins I can earn before I lose them again.
Hi, thank you for the honey.
Enjoy. He gets up, which you all do, and walks out. And goes further downstairs, some more of his casino part of this tavern, and starts enjoying himself a bit more. Before we wrap up, anything anyone wants to do?
Blackjack. Blackjack and hookers. Let's go. No.
Well, yeah. Are there any human hookers to be found? Oh my god, find that one that I owe some money to.
Yep, you wander out your way and you find that one, and you have yourself a good evening.
I introduced the lads in the bar to basilisk wine.
Oh god.
They come
They
in
won't get any of this anywhere
immensely
else.
intrigued and want to know where.
They don't know. They're not allowed to tell where they got it from. It's my secret stash, but I'll dish a bit out.
You smell spring? You guys do anything before we wrap up, or are you just...
Nah.
Get a jar and get a rest. And
Cool.
watch
Happened
honey
to you, man.
scooching back and forth in the jar.
With
Oh,
that,
you just got honey.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we bid you all adieu. Again, we'll be back in about a month or so once the move's been done and everything is settled down for all of us and things like that. And probably some more content stuff we're working on to bring your way. Until then, everyone out there, make sure you look after yourself. If you need a bit of help, do what you can to try and get out there and find some help. Or if you're someone who you see a good friend who needs help, make sure they're okay. We don't have to be alone in this world. There's a silent look
That got a
at
little bit
everybody.
deep there.
Always gets deep for me.
Oh, matron.
Later.
But until the next time we see you guys, remember, nothing wrong with being a geek, and there's nothing wrong with D&D. Until next time, guys, we'll see you all later.
Peace.
No, the only problem is Hasbro.